This season, we're going to be finding out more about the man behind the man. I'm talking about the caddy. Each of them has an amazing, unique story to tell. So at each event, I'm going to be talking to a caddy, learning more about them and finding out what life on the bag is really like. First up on our Caddy Tales, we have the one and only Kenny Harms. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bella.
I'm excited to find out a little bit more about your career. You've been a caddy for 33 years, correct?
Something like that. You're giving away my age. I don't want people to know how old I am.
Very young.
Yeah, I was 2 when I started.
So take me back to the beginning. What made you become a caddy?
I was an assistant golf pro out of college and was supposed to be down playing and working at a club, and I wound up getting the flu for the first time in my life and was stuck in New Jersey for a week, and I was supposed to be down for Thanksgiving at this club working, and I didn't get there until afterwards, and I showed up and I literally had no job.
Oh no. So
I wound up seeing a sign that had the local tournament in town, and I'm like, oh, I'll go see if I can caddy for one of the pros. Well, I wound up caddying for one of the amateurs that were playing in it, and I met a guy that was caddying on the Champions Tour or the Senior Tour at the time and the Ladies Tour. So we wound up getting a place together, and we started caddying at a club before the season started in '91. And I went out there for a week. I didn't get a job, and then I wound up getting a girl this was LPGA, that wound up, she forgot to sign up, and she was there on Saturday, and I met her, and I wound up working for her the following week. It was supposed to be 1 week. We finished 6th, and we got done. She's like, hey, do you want to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks? And I said, what is after Hawaii? She's like, San Diego. So we wound up finishing 2nd in San Diego, and she offered me the job. I called up the place because I was supposed to go back to my assistant's job for the spring and the summer, and told them that I was going to continue caddying.
what do you think it is that's made you successful in your career?
You know, strong mental side. I think the psychology is probably the biggest part of caddying. Getting your player in the right mental state to be successful to hit each shot. I actually did take a lot of courses in psychology and mental training in college, yeah. The mental side is a huge part of the game of golf. I think it's the most important part. And I think the best caddies in the world are the best psychologists.
Do you think Kevin listens to you more knowing that you're a wrestler or an ex-wrestler? He's like, oh, I should listen.
Yeah.
This guy's dangerous.
Otherwise I'd beat him up.
Yeah.
No, but it's just building a confidence in one another, you know, and at first he really didn't listen to me that much, you know, and we would make some mistakes on the golf course, and I sat down and listen. I said, we got to do a better job at this. So you got to have a lot more trust in me. And trust is built over time. Oh, and it didn't take a lot of time. I mean, he was very successful right off the bat. He had 9 top 10s his first year. I think he made $2.7 million, finished 19th on the money list. So we were off to a pretty good start.
You try really hard at your job, you're great at your job. Are there any times where you've made like a little slip up or not given Kevin the right club, or, you know,
It's funny that you asked that. I've given 33 years, I've given 3 bad yardages.
3 in 33?
In 33 years. The funny thing is 2 of them were on par 3s from my old boss, Hale Irwin. But Kevin, I was like going, it was 2 years ago in Las Vegas. And we weren't playing well. I think we were in like 60th place out of the 70th place because of the shorted field for the CJ Cup. I added wrong, and he came up short about 30, probably 40 feet short of the flag. He's like, you sure that number was right? I'm like, yeah, the number was right. I look and I'm like, no, it was actually 125, not 115. And then he proceeded to run it like 15 feet by. And he goes, you better read this one right. And I read it right, and he made it, but yeah. So
you have some new players who have joined Ironheads.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit about them? How's it going?
Amazing. Very fortunate to pull off Danny Lee, to get him out here within the last couple of weeks. Known Danny for a long time. I think it's going to be great as, you know, being able to mentor him, and with Kevin as kind of like a big brother. He's always been to Danny. Scott Vincent, amazing, won the International Series. You know, he had an amazing year at the end last year. I think, you know, being on the team, being around us, and he has this place, because literally he played with us a couple of weeks last year, and he was bounced around, so he never felt that he was part of a team. So I think this year, I mean, he's amazing. We played 9 holes with him. I don't think he missed a shot. So, and he hits it far. For a little guy, his ball speed is like 175. So, I mean, he hit it 40, 50 yards by us. So, I think he's going to be a great addition to the team. Really excited about this year. Go Ironheads.
Well, thank you so much, Kenny. It's been great chatting to you
Bella,
and learning more
amazing.
about your amazing career.
Yeah,
Very
thank you.
impressive.
Thank you. Been very blessed.